God, I'm not ready, Joe.
Oh my gosh.
I was just kidding. I'm trying to lighten the mood,
Man, we're
Joe.
worse than Billy Joel, man.
Why are
We
we?
didn't get woken up when September ended. We kept sleeping.
What? Okay,
Nope.
wait. Hold on. Okay, I think you meant Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day,
Yeah, I
and
said
you
Billy Joe.
you s-
Didn't I?
you said Billy Joel.
Oh, I didn't mean Billy Joel. I
I'm
meant
like,
Billy Joe.
when did Billy Joel sing about September?
My
Oh
B.
my
My
God,
sickness is causing me to be.
that's so funny. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It has been way too long. We are
Wake
here
me
with
up
another.
when September. Oh wait, it's the middle of October.
We've been
Whoops.
sleeping. We've been sleeping for a while. We slept past our alarm of September, apparently. But this
Yeah.
is our latest steaming hot episode of Cup of
Oh, Cup
Joe's.
of Joe's.
I am Joe Brown, joined by my best friend Joe Parian.
What's
Joe,
up?
it's been too long. How you been?
I'm okay, Joe. You know, got work's been getting a little stressful,
I feel you
and
on that.
I'm a little sick right now.
I'm
But
also a little sniffly.
but we back at it. We gonna do it. We gonna bring the heat.
I
I
just
burped.
I just realized this after we did our preparations and everything. I
Oh my
forgot
God.
we were also going to talk about Comic-Con too, so I think we should start off with that. Just because I'm totally if I go on this for a half hour talking with you about our lives, I'll totally forget. But Joe and I are going to have kind of a recap on the last couple weeks since we haven't had an episode on what's been going on, including Telltale, their closure, and what that means for the gaming industry and to us as we're big episodic gaming fans. Then we have a a spoiler-filled review. It'll be at the end, but don't worry. Review of the new Venom movie, the Fox Venom movie with Tom Hardy. We're going to talk about that. We both saw it. Going to spoil it up and let you know what we thought. Then the new Marvel Spider-Man The Heist DLC comes out next Tuesday, so we'll just break that down really quick and think about what we're excited for the DLC, because I can't believe that Spider-Man's already been out for like a month and a half at this point.
Yeah.
And then we have a viewer or a listener requested storyline as well on the potential name of the Avengers 4 film. So it's going to be a fun one, Joe.
It's gonna be great.
But let's go.
This-
Let's go over Comic-Con first. All right,
Okay.
We'll do a real quick rebuttal. So
You bought me something.
I did buy you something.
I'm excited about it. I wanted like. the minute
I
you bought
need
me
your
that-
address because I haven't mailed it yet. So
Well, no, I know. But the minute you were like, "Oh, I bought you the statue," was like, Joe Brown, you have made a grave mistake in giving me the option of having you buy me things at Comic Con.
because now every time I go anywhere, I now
Well, I wanted you to buy me more things, but I was
I
afraid to
didn't
ask.
have any money. I bought too many things. I was already disappointed in myself, Joe.
Dude, I could have Venmoed you cash. For
I was
myself.
very upset. You could have.
Yeah, but I was like, Joe Brown, tell me what they got, and you were like,
Okay, well, it's really hard. It's like there's thousands of things there. What am I supposed to say? Like, here's a poster. Like,
No, I know, but I was looking for them good statues. Some good statues.
you could have bought like a $200 Broly statue.
Nah, but did they have anything else besides Dragon Ball Z stuff?
The problem is, I was looking for Dragon Ball Z stuff.
You were looking for anything. I was like, there's no way Joe Brown's at New York City Comic Con and all they have are just Dragon Ball Z figures.
I felt bad. The Funimation, Verve, Crunchyroll, whatever store had a Funko Pop of Deku and All Might from My Hero
All
Academia,
Might.
and I totally forgot. I was like, I think I can get that for Joe, and then they closed at 3 o'clock on Sunday. And then I remembered at like 4:30, and I was like, damn
You
it.
good. Don't worry about it. But I appreciate what you did get for me because it was real cool.
So
And,
I got Joe this little statue figure. I guess figure is the right term because it's not really a statue of the original form Frieza, where he's very tiny and looks very ugly and stuff. And
this isn't even
cute.
my final form.
Yeah, he's voiced by a girl. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, most great voices are by women.
Oh, okay. That's a stand. I was.
Do you not agree, Joe Brown?
No, I'm very
Joe Brown,
very
do you not
indifferent
stand with the women of America.
I don't know every voice actor. I'm very indifferent on the
I'm
subject.
sorry, we're gonna have to cancel this week's episode. Joe Brown, I'm finding out, has some morals that I don't agree with.
Oh my god, please stop.
I'm leaving.
No, you can't leave. You actually left me in our Superman discussion. You can't leave here.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that.
You actually left during my Superman discussion.
Yeah.
No, so there was a lot of cool stuff. If anyone follows me on Twitter, which is at Zemanon, Xeminan, I got to meet Laura Bailey of Critical Role fame. And personally for me, I know her more from she plays the character Lucina in the Fire Emblem games. So that was a pretty cool experience, and I feel like Joe kind of lived vicariously through me on that one. Did you agree?
Mm-hmm. You met her. You met the woman that voices all the D&Ds that I watch.
Are you a big Critical Role fan?
Yes, I am, sir.
I have seen like an episode here or there or something, you know what I mean? Like usually my work schedule doesn't align where I'm free to watch because I'm usually working when it's happening, you know? But sometimes, occasionally, I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'll sit down here on whatever night and listen to these funny voice actors. And I think it's fun, but like there was some fandom, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, I listened to all of it. The first season, I listened to the entire first season, and I'm going through the second season right now. Dude, I would meet Matthew Mercer. I love them. Okay,
His line sold out. Matthew Mercer's.
He is an amazing. Well, first off, not only is he an amazing DM, but he's an amazing voice actor who's like, he's almost hit like over 300 different like things online for his IMDb page. So.
Wait, he just did. Oh my god, he just did something that I played, and it's like Matt Mercer is at that point now where like when he's voice acting something, like you can hear that it's being voice acted by Matt Mercer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. I could be wrong. I think it's the character Hit in Dragon Ball Super. I'm like 90% sure because I'm just catching up on Dragon Ball Super recently.
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah.
You're lying.
And I heard like he was fighting Goku, and I hear he like for like 5 episodes Hit didn't talk. He was just hanging out, and then he talked, and I was like, "Is Matt Mercer interdimensional purple assassin?"
He probably is. That boy.
I also know he also does Fire Emblem characters too. So like most voice actors I like are from the Fire Emblem series. You know what I mean? That's where my attachment
number one
comes from.
All right, here we go. Let's look. He's my boy Leon Kennedy, so we already cool.
Already cool. I guess
we already cool.
Do Control F Hit, because I don't want to seem stupid if I'm wrong.
He was in the Spider-Man game as additional voices.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. Oh, my girl Laura Bailey, Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? And then her great husband Travis. He was Fink.
Fisk.
I call him Fink because I played a lot of BioShock, so I call him Fink.
Just the way you said that, Joe. He was Fink.
Fink, I think. I'm really bad at it.
Wilson Fisk.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Is he Hit?
He's Hit.
Yes. See, I'm not dumb, people.
Oh my God! He was in Sonic Forces. He was Espio the Chameleon.
Nice. That's the purple one, right?
Yeah, he's in Hearthstone. He's the narrator. Oh wait, no, he's Hearthstone, Kobolds and Catacombs cinematic trailer. Never mind.
All right, so
Sorry.
how the Critical Role thing was set up when we got in there, my brother and I on.
Oh wait a minute, Joe Brown. He's in Destiny 2.
Who is he?
He is a player, human male.
Nice. Yeah, I actually saw Destiny 2 went on sale, like the collector's edition or something went on sale on Amazon, and I was like, maybe I should get it. But we have so many games coming out, Joe, that I don't know if I should.
He's in Fortnite.
Really? There's voices in Fortnite?
Well, the actual game, yeah.
Oh, duh. I'm just thinking of the.
Yeah, you're thinking of the
free to play.
The game that they created. Oh my God, he's in Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter prologue.
Really?
Yeah, he's Ira.
Okay. Okay, so are we ready to move on from Matt Mercer?
No.
No.
Matt, if you ever listen to this, I love you. Okay,
I love you too. So, when my brother and I got there on Saturday, we decided the one thing I needed to do was get Laura Bailey's autograph and take a photo. That was already a given. But we were like, let's see what other celebrities are doing, are doing signings this weekend. And when we get down there, I see Ben Savage from Boy Meets World. From Boy Meets World. And next to him is Danielle Fishel, who's Topanga in Boy Meets World, and then Eric, I forget his last name, starts with the F. Will Friedel or something like that. He plays Eric in Boy Meets World.
Yeah. Do you know that he was also in the Critical Role show?
No.
And I didn't put 2 and 2 together and realize that it was him.
No, I didn't know that.
He was a guest for like several different episodes, and he also has a show on Geek and Sundry. I'm doing all these plugs today.
He's handing out the advertisements.
Yeah, he does a show on Geek and Sundry where he teaches people how to like make miniatures, and he paints them and stuff.
You know what? From the man who
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on, I'm looking it.
Who goes by the name Plays with Squirrels? I can believe that. From Boy Meets World. Remember, he comes back and like as a caveman, he's like, "My name's not Eric. It's Plays with Squirrels."
Plays with Squirrels.
So I see them and I take a photo.
GNS Painters Guild. He's in that show.
Okay.
Will Friedle.
Geek and Sundry is GNS.
Well, Joe Brown, I'm tired of you. I'm gonna send you this picture of them sitting next to each other.
All right. Can I continue? Because we're still on Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see Ben Savage, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a photo with him. I was very nervous because we're in the same fraternity. Obviously, he's much older, and he went to Stanford, and I sure as hell did not go to Stanford. But we still had that kind of bond, so I was very nervous, and I was awkward, and I was sweating. It was not my best time, Joe. It really wasn't. He made me feel welcomed. He was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Tell your brothers I said hi." And I was like, "Okay, I will. I love you." I didn't say that. But so that was cool. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just see when the other celebrities are doing their times, because I have to get Laura Bailey's autograph at some point. I might as well, plan out my day around it. And it's about 12 p.m. So just passes noon, and we're like, wow, the whole Critical Role cast has this whole section to themselves, and their signing starts at 12:10 p.m. And this
Joe Brown, you didn't even think to maybe get me an autograph?
What? How did you draw that conclusion from how I'm telling you the story?
Because you know I like the D&Ds, and you knew I liked the Critical Roles.
Well, it would have cost me like $40 more.
Well, I would have hooked you up, brother.
You knew I was meeting Laura Bailey. You didn't say anything.
Well, no, I know, but I knew you were gonna meet, because I didn't know you were meeting everybody.
No, I didn't. I just met Laura Bailey.
But you could have met every.
No, I couldn't. And I'll tell you why. If you let me tell the story, Joe. So
tell me why.
It starts, the Critical Role signing and autograph starts at 12:10. It is now noon, and the line's not even bad for Laura Bailey. Each voice actor has their own line. I felt bad. One of the guys didn't even have anyone in his line. I felt bad for that guy.
Which guy was it?
don't know.
Oh my God! What did he look? I need to know, because if no one was in Sam Riegel's line, and you could have gotten Sam Riegel.
Send me a photo.
I'm about to.
Do it on Discord. So it's noon. Starts at 12:10, right? I'm like, this is perfect. I just met Ben Savage. I'm gonna knock out my autograph with Laura Bailey at the same time, and then we can enjoy our day at Comic-Con. They all show up 25 minutes late for, and I'm sure it's because they were doing their other panel and their other, signings and things like that, because they were busy all weekend, all of Critical Role. So I understand. But they left at 1 o'clock for an hour-long break when they showed up 25 minutes late. You know what I mean? Like, their break didn't count. And I counted it, Joe. 6 away from the front when they left for their hour-long break. Which, in those 25 minutes that they were late, I would assume maybe we moved up 6 slots in that time. But I felt really bad for the guy who was the number one person that was next in line that didn't get to get his photo and autograph. One, because that really sucks because he was legitimately next. And two, he was dressed up as Jafar from Aladdin. So everybody in line, we all became friends because we were waiting forever. It was like, yo, you can't do that to Jafar. You can't do my boy Jafar dirty like that. And so everyone was like, yes, Jafar, he's going when she came back. So that it took 2.5 hours when it was going to take 20 minutes. Which, if that's not the story of my life, Joe, then I don't know what is.
Story of your life.
But I get up there. I digress. There was also this problem with the prepaid people. They got to skip the lines. They weren't VIP, Joe. They had just already purchased their tickets online to get the autograph and the photo.
Okay.
So, but because they had paid their money beforehand, meant they were allowed to skip the line. So they would go through Matt Mercer's line and then skip all the other people and go to Marisha Ray's and then skip all the people that were there, people who were paying when they got up to the front. It made literally no sense. It was maddening. But I digress. We get up to the front. Laura was an absolute sweetheart, completely, one of the most wonderful human beings I ever met. She was very nice. Took a photo, smiled. It's up on my excuse me, up on my Twitter and my Instagram and stuff. And it was great. And I was so done at that point after waiting 2.5 hours. I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. It cost me $60 to get this card that I was getting signed to get it in time for Comic-Con because I had to do priority shipping. It's a Fire Emblem trading card game in Japan. I got a card. I got a Lucina promo card. I got that signed, and I was like, whatever, we're just going to get it over with. And then she looks at it, and she goes, ooh, that's a pretty card. And then my heart just melted, and I was like, oh my God, Laura, you're the best.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So I want to know who the dude was with that had no line.
Okay.
Was it this dude?
All right, you're sending it in Discord.
I already sent it.
The last thing I see in Discord is the Spider-Man photo.
I sent it in the wrong Discord.
I was gonna say you didn't send it to me. Critical Role cast.
I sent it.
Oh, you sent it? No, I think he had a couple people. Hold on, I'm looking up a whole photo of people. Okay, I think he's British. He has glasses. Here.
It wasn't him.
No, that's Travis Willingham. He was next to Laura Bailey. All right, bottom left in this photo, which our listeners can't see. That guy.
Liam O'Brien. Okay.
He had nobody.
Poor Liam O'Brien.
But this was only when the line started, so the people that were there to meet all of the cast, eventually they had people come in their lines and stuff.
So even Taliesin Jaffe had a huge line?
The guy with the hair, the flipped hair.
The weird hair.
He had people. He made one chick cry when he hugged her and talked to her. She was legitimately bawling her eyes out.
Taliesin Jaffe's a pretty dope dude, though. He's pretty Great guy.
Yeah, and then Ashley Johnson couldn't make it; she had to cancel.
Of course, Ashley couldn't make it. She never makes any of their games anymore.
Well,
But
she's got
lovely,
things going on.
And I love her so much.
Ditto.
Ditto.
So my goal that weekend was to meet Laura Bailey and get her to sign that Lucina card, because Lucina is one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters. It's one of my favorite franchises, one of my favorite characters in one of my favorite franchises. You know what I mean? And even though it took a while, it was still worthwhile in the end, and I'm happy that I did it. And then I got to send the photo to you and my other friends and stuff, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
And then I stood in so many lines, just like walking around, going to different vendors and things. Like, my legs were jelly, Joe. Because I don't like standing, you know, and you're standing for like 5 hours straight, walking around different places and artist alleys and things. I bought some cool posters. I got a Kingdom Hearts 3 poster. I got a Ninja Turtles poster. My biggest regret was I went down to Artist Alley on Saturday. It was like, I have to get a Spider-Man poster. And there were so many good ones that I was like, all right, we'll make a mental note, because I don't want to just buy the first good one I find, because then I'm going to walk around with it the whole time and then not buy. It was like, what if there's a better Spider-Man poster in another row, right?
Oh my god.
So I ended up buying like 5 posters in total between me and my brother, and none of them ended up being Spider-Man because we didn't go back to the other places. So that's
I got you. Cool.
But I did get a lot of DBZ merchandise, or Dragon Ball.
I know you did.
I got a couple of figures. One, I'm very upset. I don't even want to look it in the eye because I shouldn't have bought it. But it was in the moment.
Was it the rose one?
No. That was cool. The Goku Black or Goku Rose in the
the Bulma one.
The Bulma one. Oh my god. I'm so mad because I could have. It cost like $60, and I didn't know till they already like were ringing up my card that it cost $60. I was like, whatever. I'm already here. I've been waiting in line for 45 minutes. And then I got a Goku Black one, and then I wanted a Bardock statue that was less than Bulma, but I couldn't because I'm like, well, I already bought the Bulma one. If I didn't, I would have had the extra money. It's whatever. And I got a real cool Goku Black T-shirt that I'm gonna wear to like fighting game tournaments and stuff. Like go to the Dragon Ball Fighters event, and when people are like, "Cool shirt, man," I'll be like, "Thanks."
Thanks. I'm a nerd. Anyway.
Yeah. See, it was a good time overall.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad
you should make it. There are conventions down in Texas, Joe, that you can go to.
I know. That's not what I said to you, Joe Brown.
No, I'm saying for the future, though. For future reference.
No, I know. I can. I just said I wanted to go to one with you.
Oh, shucks, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go to a convention with you.
I know you would. That's why we were supposed to go to one. I'll have to make it up there for New York Comic Con, and we'll go to New York Comic
Con. Are there any conventions in January in Houston?
I don't think so. The one here is in May.
Okay, that's not very helpful. Now, is it?
Well, I'm telling you when the one here is. It's in May over Memorial Day weekend usually. So why don't you relax?
All right, let's move on from Comic-Con. We'll go again. We'll go in next year. Maybe I'll buy you something different. Maybe you can Venmo me something. How mad would you be if I got you the same Frieza figure that I got you this year?
Oh, next year? I'd probably tell you to keep it and not to mail it to me. It's yours now. Give me my money back.
All right, so let's go on to our actual news. And this is probably going to be this is definitely going to be a longer episode since we've spent all this time just talking about Comic-Con.
It can't be a longer episode.
I'm sorry, Joe. Well, then don't be so interested in my life and ask me questions.
Well, this is the only time we get to actually talk about it.
That is not true. I was texting you the other day.
Yeah, you were, but at the same time, you're like, I'm not gonna tell you what's going on because I want to keep it for real with the pod.
But we still have real life conversations that are not related to
We
other
do. You're supposed to
experiences.
be getting a job down here. Remember, Joe
I
Brown?
call I called Joe the other day, and he was so tired that he was like drunk tired,
Oh, wait a minute.
and you had no recollection of
No, I
our
had
like
some
15
recollection
minute
of it.
conversation that we had.
What did I say that was like not
Oh,
good?
no, I don't remember. We were talking about something, and you just like I went on like a minute tangent, and then you just didn't answer, and like it was just oh my god, it was so funny. It was like a drunk toddler. I was I was
I
talking
remember
with Joe.
you said something to me, and then I replied, and then I like opened my eyes, and I was like, that did not respond to what he said, and I don't even know what he said anymore.
You were just going off memory. Oh my god, it was so
Yeah.
funny. So we do talk, Joe.
No, I know. I'm saying you usually won't tell me about things that you're doing so that we can record on the podcast about it.
I think it keeps it fresh.
Okay, yeah, it keeps it fresh. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, anyway, you know who's not fresh? Telltale. Bam, Joe.
Joe Perry will remember you.
So obviously, you know this is one of the biggest stories in the gaming industry. Telltale Games has shut down. This was a couple of weeks ago. They were only keeping on a small portion of their staff and letting off hundreds of employees just to finish things that they had to get done, like the first episode of the last season of The Walking Dead. So this actually blew up bigger than I thought it was going to, because I still view Telltale as like a smaller company, like with a niche audience, you know. But this was like big throughout all of the gaming sphere because of how Telltale treated all their employees. Um, so one, the the employees when they were shutting the studio down, were most of them were not given a severance package, um, and that's like kind of against the law to either not, like, if you don't give 6 months or something. Like I heard Telltale was getting sued by employees because they weren't given 6 months notice, and they didn't receive a severance package. So
Hmm.
they're in hot water with that. And then the other thing that came out was just how poorly they treated their staff, their production teams, and developers. Did you see any of that?
I did not see that actually.
So they would have, crunch time of basically, because they were always making something, they were always in crunch time, and they had to get, this episode 3 of this season out by this date or whatever. So we need you to work overtime. We need you not to get paid for that overtime. We need you. Your life is just like a living hell working at Telltale. Is how some of the employees were explaining it afterwards. And I guess like there is some good in it, where people are coming out and like saying like we have to try to get rid of this crunch gaming culture, game development culture. And
Yeah.
if like you have to make sure when you're working for a company you get paid for your worth, and you don't get overworked, because that's how you can get burnt out in the industry, and then move on from something that's supposed to be your passion and stuff. So I don't know. What do you think about the news of Telltale closing down?
I'm like a little upset about it, but at the same time, I haven't played one of their games in a while. Like I wanted to finish all of the Walking Dead, but I fell out. I think I only have season 2, so I'm like far behind with the
Mm.
Walking Dead. I didn't get the Batman one. Um, I have the Game of Thrones one that I never played.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
played that one.
Heard it wasn't that great. But I do have the Borderlands one, which was really good. I like that
That's
one.
that's my favorite one. Tales from the Borderlands is
Yeah.
my favorite Telltale game.
But I don't know, like it's upsetting, but at the same time, I can't. Oh wait, I like the Wolf Among Us. That was another
Yes,
good.
and remember that one was announced that they were going to be making a
A
season
second one.
2 of Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, and they're not anymore.
Right. And so then other people, there was also outrage because, uh, excuse me, they were going to be bringing on a new studio to finish the last season of The Walking Dead, and people were upset that it's like you're gonna axe off all your employees and not give them severance and pay them proper for their service to your company, but then still gonna profit off of finishing the project that you couldn't afford to finish because you're gonna bring in an outside studio. So there's like kind of tricky. What's the word I'm looking for? Like it's
you're outsourcing your business. You're like getting rid of your company, but outsourcing your business.
right. So it's like it's like kind of a scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
But I have a friend that had, I don't know if they worked there, but they had interactions with Telltale as a company, and like when I was talking with them, they confirmed all of the things like, yes, this is 100% how it was when I was there. Like, it's super. All the reports that are coming out just show how toxic and really negative of an environment it was, which is saddening because I love Telltale games. Like, I played so many, most of the bulk ones. I even played the stupid Minecraft one, like just because it was Telltale. I even have like Jurassic Park and Back to the Future from before Telltale got big with The Walking Dead. Like I'm a big fan of the episodic style, like your choices matter thing, gameplay. But I think the two biggest issues Telltale had, the one biggest one is they extended beyond their reach. So it's like, all right, we did The Wolf Among Us. Now we're going to do The Walking Dead. Now we're going to do Tales from New Orleans. And then Game of Thrones. And then, you know what? Stranger Things, why not? Let's make 2 seasons of Minecraft. Let's do, like, if they just had, the Walking Dead success they had was so high that everyone wanted to work with them. Everyone wanted a next The Walking Dead version of a certain show that they loved. So they got so many contracts and just gobbled up so many things. And let's play Batman, sure. Like that they literally were working too many things at once. And that was their biggest problem, I think. And you could actually see in the quality of game that they were making, where for the most part, season 1 of The Walking Dead is pretty solid. Sure, it still has Telltale problems that every game does. But as the years went on and the Telltale system was being unchanged, you could see the wear and tear on that format, and then the games were actually worse and worse quality. Like there'd be more bugs, you'd have random like characters. Like I played the Batman Telltale both seasons, and in the first season there's a fight, and one of the prison guards was literally just eyeballs for my screen. Like his body didn't render. He was just eyeballs moving through the scene, and it was terrifying. But like that's the kind of crap that you run into in Telltale games because they put so much stress on getting it out because they have, they're spreading way too thin. So I think that's the first problem. And then 2 was they oversaturated a market that they had a monopoly in. So under the same vein of doing too many things, when Telltale Walking Dead first came out, wasn't a problem. It was cool. Whatever. I'll wait 2 months for the first episode. But then, because they started making so many things, it like muddied the quality, and people started playing less of them because there were too many options. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but they made like a bunch of games.
Right. And then other things like Life is Strange came out. There's been other episodic games that have been successful since The Walking Dead started. So it's kind of like people didn't know what to play anymore. People didn't know what to buy or when to buy it because you couldn't trust that they were actually going to reach their release dates every couple months for each episode. So I just think it's it's very unfortunate that they had such a cool niche of a type of gameplay that I guess greed or arrogance or whatever term you want to use, like they outbid themselves because they became too successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got that.
But I think the best things that have come out from this bad event for hundreds of people was the information that Ubisoft and Blizzard sent out after the studio closed. Did you see this?
No.
So Ubisoft and Blizzard each made statements saying, any employees who've been laid off by Telltale, we're looking to increase our staff size. You know, blah blah blah. Please contact us. We're looking to hire new developers and stuff. And so there was a Reddit post showing that, and and like the top comment was like, unemployed Telltale employee will remember that. Like, it was like, your relationship with Ubisoft has changed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then man, just like, oh, the quality of game got so worse. Like, I've played pretty much every game since The Walking Dead, and it, like, the facade of your decisions mattering, left was lost over time. Like, especially in Guardians of the Galaxy, but in a lot of them, were like, it when you played The Walking Dead, because it was a new thing to you, you felt like, okay, my choices do matter. I'm actually impacting the storyline. You know, if this is my version of this story that I'm experiencing. Over time, the later games, it was like, you can do objectively dumb A, or like, obviously this is the choice the developers want you to do B. And no matter if you chose A or chose B, all it would change was that the opposite character told you that you did the wrong thing, and you're gonna have to find out the next episode if you did the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it was so formulaic by the end that, like, when I was playing the Minecraft, and when I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like, I literally don't care about any decisions, because no matter what I choose, I will be told that I made the wrong decision, when in fact I didn't, because you're gonna be able to beat the game no matter what. And like, I know in the long run, this is not actually going to impact my storyline that much. Like, especially, oh my god, the Batman season 2. Don't even get me started, Joe. But like, you can tell I'm passionate about this, man, because this sucks. I love that genre.
Yeah, you were a big advocate for those games. Like, you loved those games. I remember you were like, "Oh man, I can't wait to finish doing this so I can go play the next episode of the Batman." Oh my god, I'm so excited about the Batman.
I
Like,
love being Batman. I like being Bruce Wayne more than Batman.
yeah, I remember you saying that too. You're like, man, being Bruce Wayne is way better than
It's
being
totally better than being Batman.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. I understand that. It's like hard to see studios like that close, but then it's also like somewhat relieving to know that at least they're kind of like poor practices are gonna stop. You know
Right,
what
they're
I
being
mean?
punished for their actions.
Yeah. So like at least maybe Ubisoft will pick up most of their employees, and maybe they'll start making games
Right,
like that.
they can make some episodic things to compete with. Because, like, what do we have now? We have Life's Strange season 2. Like, and then there's indie stuff. Like, there's a lot of episodic things on Steam and that you can play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, let's move on to our next topic. Or if anyone has played any Telltale games, let us know which ones you enjoyed and what your thoughts are on them closing. But we're gonna knock out these next two, and they're both superhero related. All right, Joe.
Fine.
So, first things first, we're going to talk about Spider-Man The Heist, out next Tuesday. Adds 3 suits. So there's a blog post on Sony's
I
blog
like how
page.
you're emphasizing that it adds 3 suits that neither one of us are excited about.
It's in the title, man. I didn't, No, those suits I'm not. I could not care less. I'm just going to rock my same, homecoming suit.
What suit are you using?
So for story mode stuff, I mainly use the homecoming suit, because the cutscenes, like, remember we talked about this in our review,
Yeah.
the eyeballs like actually changed and emoted on certain costumes, where they didn't on others. So that's why I use the homecoming scene for like story based missions. When I'm just shooting around in New York, I mainly use the Spider-Man 2099 blue and red suit, because that's one of my favorites. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what about you? What's your favorite suits?
I was rocking that Iron Spider most of the time.
Nice. That is a cool one.
Like that one, and that one emoted with everything too. So.
Oh, okay. So that works out for you.
So it worked out. But yeah, man, it looked I was excited, and I'm not excited about these new suits, but I am excited about the storyline.
All right,
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Joe. So, on the Sony blog post, Ryan Smith, the game director from Insomniac, said, "Since we launched Marvel Spider-Man, we've been absolutely floored by the amazing response from everybody. Blah blah blah. Everybody loves Spider-Man. The next story comes out October 23rd. Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps. That's the first DLC. The first DLC series is The Heist, which has the Black Cat. If you played the Marvel Spider-Man game, she's like kind of in it. She's basically there through like voicemail. She tells you to take photos of like cats that she leaves at places she burgles, and then calls you on a voicemail saying like, "Ha, that's not what she actually says, but you get what I'm saying, Joe."
Yeah, you collected all these little cats,
right?
And then it did something. You're gonna have to play to find out.
You're gonna have to play to find out. So he says that as you play Marvel Spider-Man: The Heist, you'll encounter the beginning of a new interconnected story taking place over the 3 chapters of Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps. A robbery at an art museum entangles Spider-Man and MJ with an old flame from Peter Parker's past, Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. Beyond new story missions, there's a whole new faction of enemies, new crimes, new challenges, new trophies, and of course, 3 brand new suits. Now, Joe, would you like to explain what the suits look like?
Fine, let me explain what they look like. Let me pull up the article again to have it up so I can explain what these suits look like.
Okay, I mean it's up to you, Joe. Like,
all right, so we got one that looks like it's gross. So essentially, what it is,
it looks like it's gross.
Gross. So essentially, what this first
you
suit
sounded
looks
so like Valley Girl right there.
Yeah, it's pretty much an entirely red suit, excluding the shoulders and neck. The eyes are red, and the head, the shoulders, neck, and head are all black, and then it has the classic Spider-Man symbol in the middle of the chest. So, and it looks like he's wearing fingerless gloves because the fingers are also black. So this one doesn't look that good, like, at all.
I agree.
And moving on to the next one. So the next one.
So it is called, because you can see in the text right above there, it's called the Resilience Suit.
The Resilience Suit, which probably gives you more resilience, whatever that means. Then the next suit is all shiny, like what the Iron Spider suit looked like, what the Berserker suit looked like. There was one other one that looked really shiny that I can't remember. But it looks really shiny. It's kind of got that classic Spider-Man look, where it's blue, red, and white. Blue is the predominantly, mainly the torso, all the way down to the shins. And then like it's essentially a classic Spider-Man look, but with a more sleeker middle
very
chest,
like metallic-y looking.
Yeah. What's the name of this one, Joe
Brown? This one is the Scarlet Spider 2.
Scarlet Spider 2. So look out for that one next week. And then this one makes me a little upset because it looks like he just has a giant T in the middle of his body.
No, it's a Union Jack, Joe.
It looks like a T. Tell me it doesn't look like a T.
It does. It's very disappointing.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I know because it's called the Spider UK suit from the Spider-Verse, so it's about like a British Spider-Man.
I now see it.
See, exactly. When I first saw it, I'm like, what the heck is this? And now I look at it, I'm like, well, they still could have done a better job with that design.
Yeah, they definitely could have. But it's still an okay, pretty decent suit. 3 more suits for you to unlock and go get those tokens, and we get to play around with the new character that we kind of saw but didn't really see. So that'll be fun. We get to go solve all her crimes because she's a crime cat.
Is that on her link? Is that on her LinkedIn?
Yeah, it says LinkedIn Crime Cat.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one because I'm just itching to play Spider-Man again. I need another reason since I'm missing like 7 challenge tokens. Like I'm like 7 challenge tokens away from a platinum.
You still 100 it.
I 100%ed the story mode, but I'm saying like of the achievements on the PS4.
Yeah.
I'm missing a couple challenge tokens, which is all I need to buy the remaining suits and gadget upgrades that I'm missing.
Yeah.
And the challenges are hard, man. I can't do them.
Yeah, I know.
But so I'm happy that there's like they say, a new faction. So maybe they're a different type of enemy. And Black Cat has a very rich history with Spider-Man throughout the history of Spider-Man. They even have love interests depending on the storyline and stuff. So I think that's cool. The three storylines that we have. So this is the City That Never Sleeps or whatever is the whole branching arc. What the three different things are: in October, the Heist; in November, Turf Wars; in December, Silver Lining. So I like that they're staggering it. You know what I mean? Like they didn't just give us the whole story at once, because I would just like gobble it up and and move on from it. So I like that they're staggering it to keep my hype and excitement for the game over like 4 months instead of 1 month.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down.
Give me a prediction. What do you think's gonna happen
in the Heist?
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw them running on that train, so probably something with train.
Do you think anything romantic? Wow. Do you think anything romantic is gonna happen?
Well, no, because
between him and
Mary.
That's the dilemma. That's the drama that's added.
Well, we know it's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not. He just got back with Mary Jane Laura Bailey, right?
Yes. I was gonna say, because Peter Parker knows it's Laura Bailey's voice, and he's not leaving that.
It's Laura Bailey.
So
anyway,
very creepy.
I don't know. I think he's like fighting on. He was kind of like blowing off the kind of like signs in the main game when we were playing it, and so I feel like he will continue unless something happens. Unless they miraculously kill Mary Jane in the next like thing and not make a big deal about it, then yeah, something will happen. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right, I hope not, because we did all that work to get back with Mary Jane. So,
don't mess it up, Peter.
All right, Joe. Let's move on to our other superhero storyline. Well, I guess
speaking of our next storyline, like, did you catch that after credits end?
A Spider-Man? Yeah. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about that.
Why not?
Cause it's only been a month. Let people play. Let people, if they haven't. That's a huge spoiler for a second game. Like, we don't even.
Anyway,
talk about
so
that.
we're gonna talk about Venom now.
No. We gotta do our listener requested storyline real quick. Remember?
Oh, fine. Yeah, I forgot.
All right. So one of our loyal listeners, Adam, asked us to talk about the conspiracies going around with the potential name of the fourth Avengers film set out for next May. And we tried like looking into it. We didn't really know what was going on, but apparently a post came up on the Marvel Studios subreddit, and it has now been taken down, which some are saying proves its validity to it, where somebody was leaking a detailed leak of the upcoming trailer for Avengers 4. And the guy goes like shot for shot what you're going to experience, what you're going to see in the movie, what certain characters are going to say, or in the trailer, what they say, and in the order that things happen. Towards the end of it, he says he abruptly gets up and puts on his armor. His face goes from extremely infuriated to menacing smile. Title reveal: Avengers Annihilation.
Yeah, no.
No?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen.
Why not?
Well, tell us the next one, Joe Brown.
Okay. The other conspiracy name teaser. Yeah. All right, so this is back from July that somebody this could confirm one of the most popular fan theories that because and this is from an article on Esquire, because Marvel fans currently have nothing better to do, this weekend they checked the resume page of Avengers 4 cinematographer Trent Opaloch, I don't know how you say it, and noticed he listed a film called Avengers Endgame, E-N-D game. And since the news broke, he has updated his resumes to where the title just says Avengers 4.
Now, if you haven't seen the new Avengers movie, go.
Yeah, what are you doing? It.
And if you're worried about it being spoiled here, it's your own fault at this point. Anyway, so at the end of the last one, like we get rocked as as a as a as a collective. We pretty much get rocked. And we're gonna try to come back from getting rocked from Thanos. And it's even a line in the movie. Now that I think about it, it's a line in the movie. Doctor Strange says it.
Just after Doctor Strange hands the time stone over to Thanos,
yeah,
he tells Iron
Man. What does he say? He says the end game. He says it.
He doesn't just. First of all, what kind of like full sentence is the end game? Like no one would say that.
He says, "What is he doing?"
He says, "Quote: We're in the end game now."
How do you have that quote on hand?
It's in the article.
Oh well, then shut up, Joe Brown. You wouldn't have remembered what it was.
Okay, but I know his full sentence structure wasn't the end game.
Okay, dog. All right. Thanks for making me look like an idiot again.
No, first of all, you are vastly more intelligent than I am.
I was the one.
That's objectively true.
I was bringing it up, and
but that's a great point. That's a great point.
I didn't even read the article, and you're giving me all this sass about it. And now there's a light that's randomly on my keyboard, and I don't know what it means, and now I have to look it up.
I think it means you're gonna die.
I hope not.
Only logical assumption.
What is it? What do you mean? What do you mean, little button? Continue talking.
No, I think that was a great great point to bring up. That in his 14 million possible outcomes, Doctor Strange, as it says here, after he hands over the time stone to Thanos, he tells Iron Man, "We're in the end game now," and they are. That's why the Annihilation title also doesn't make sense, because like if the fourth one is about Annihilation, well, the third Avengers movie, half the universe got annihilated, right?
Yeah.
So like, who is left to be annihilated in the fourth movie?
Well, wait, before we even do that, can we finish dealing with the problem that we have at the moment? Like, ooh.
What's the problem?
Like, what do you mean? What's the problem? Can we finish? What? Like half of the universe got destroyed. Like the people are like, what do you mean? What's the problem? We got the problem.
What's the officer problem?
Oh my goodness! I'm writing you a ticket
for being too fine.
Anyway, no? I think. Hey, I'm talking now.
Okay.
Don't cut me off. I don't know. I don't think it's like you crushed my heart at the end of that movie. I got crushed. Plus, you gave us that after credit scene about like
Captain Marvel?
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say it, but then I don't know why I didn't. Captain Marvel, and then we're coming up with their movie. Duh, we're gonna put her in the new movie, and duh, Captain Marvel's the one who brings down Thanos. Like, it's like a comic book thing too. Like that's what happens in the comics. Captain Marvel comes, Captain Marvel sees, Captain Marvel destroys everything else, and is like, Thanos, give me back my lunch money. And Thanos is like, no. And then Captain Marvel punches him in the face, and he goes, ow, sorry, here.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. Like I think Annihilation would have made more sense, like I said, for the third film where everyone was annihilated. Like, because now we're down to like our original 6, right? And plus Doctor Strange, I guess.
But isn't Annihilation? Didn't when we were looking it up earlier? Didn't you say that Annihilation was like primarily a Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah, so that's what the article says. So there is an arc in the Marvel storyline throughout, the last however many years called the Annihilation arc, where there's a character named Annihilus or something like that. I can't hold on. Some are calling it bad fan fiction. Others think it's too detailed to be fake. Here's the full text of the leak below. Blah blah. which includes the alleged title of the film, Avengers Annihilation. It's a title that would support rumors that the next movie will include the villain Annihilus. And we looked him up on Wikipedia, and he was introduced as like a Fantastic Four villain, and he had his own Marvel like comic arc called Annihilation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how many people knew about Thanos before these movies, right? Like, he could be in it.
Well, a lot of people kind of like we have known about Thanos. We have known about Thanos since Avengers 1. We've known about him.
That's true.
We've also known about him from Guardians of the Galaxy. We knew about him from like a bunch of the other random movies before we even got to the Avengers. We knew he was coming.
Okay, Joe.
Unless we're gonna have a Thanos annihilate whatever his name off. That's not what's gonna happen. We're gonna get Captain Marvel up in this business. She gonna put some whooping on him, on his potato face, and we're gonna bring him down.
His potato face.
We're gonna bring back some of our boys, Joe Brown. Are you gonna tell me that you don't want your boy back? Guess what? He needs to come back because he has a movie coming up next year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not worried about Spider-Man coming back, because he has a movie 2 months after the freaking Avengers 4, whatever the title's going to be.
But maybe if we think about this, maybe that happens before Avengers even happened, huh? You think about that? Maybe our boy's gone for good.
Don't you dare. Don't you sit here and tell me Marvel and Disney, don't you tell me Mickey Mouse paid $2 billion to kill off Spider-Man in one movie, Joe. That's not how the world works.
Guess what? They already killed him, buddy.
Okay, but that was their intention, to just bring him in so they could kill him? How cruel is that?
Hey, Disney's a cruel place.
Oh, Sony, you want us to make a good Spider-Man movie? How about nobody Spider-Man ever again?
But no, like I don't know, like that's what I thought they were doing, but then I realized it was after the next Avengers, so then it's probably gonna be after everything happens. And he gonna have that Iron Spider. What's up?
Oh, did you? I don't know if I showed you. Did you see the petition? The petition for the new Spider-Man movie. Hold on.
No, what was the
petition?
My
god, I gotta find it for you. It is to have Tobey Maguire be a pizza delivery man.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about. You told me about that when I was half asleep when we were on the phone.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so good. I saw PewDiePie tweeted about it, and it was like just. Oh my god.
Oop! There it is.
What, you found the petition?
No, I'm just saying. Hoop! There it is. PewDiePie did it, man.
Oh, yeah, here it is. It is a change.org petition, which I created an account just so I could sign this petition to put Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man Far From Home as a pizza delivery guy. I'm totally down for it.
Do it.
Wait, actually, let's see how much. I already did the change. I already signed up for it. 107,000 signatures. That's a lot of pizza to deliver.
They're not going to deliver it to every one of the pizzas.
Mark Wahlberg just signed the petition 12 minutes ago. That's cool.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, shout outs to Mark Wahlberg. Try to get Tobey Maguire some work. And then edit underneath. Also make Andrew Garfield the one who orders the pizza. Just so you could have all three. I think that would be nice if all three of the Spider-Men are in the movie.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. So we've been talking about Spider-Man a lot, as we do, because you're welcome. It's what we do on this podcast. Yeah. Let's talk about not Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's talk about
his movie.
Let's talk about his enemy.
Take it away.
Venom.
Oh, you scared me.
I got you.
Gotcha. Scared you.
Hey, ho, gotcha. Yeah, Venom. He's okay. before we actually get started, I think that the movie could have done a little bit better with one thing.
What was that?
Um,
And this
when
is
he
spoiler filled, so if you haven't seen it, get the hell
go
out of
see
here.
it.
Thanks for listening, but come on, go see it.
So I think that it should have been what it originally was in the comic book, where he messes up, he does his big screw up in the movie, and then he just like in the movie he just loses his fiance, who he just loses her. He's like, "Who lost my fiance?" In the comics, he loses his wife and child. Like, boom. There's very two big dramatic things that happen with that.
Right.
So it would make more sense if he lost his wife and his child, and then he goes on this downward spiral of a life. It's like, because I was talking with one of my coworkers, because we were just like, yeah, if you lose your girlfriend and your fiance, it's like, hey, bud, pick yourself back up. Come on, you can do it. Do it again.
Go eat some people. You lost your wife and your kid. Go eat some people.
Yeah, that's like, go eat some people. You lost your girlfriend? Tinder's available.
No, I think that's a fair point, Joe.
It's a fair point. Also, this is the version of Venom that's kind of like the anti-hero, kind of like Deadpool, where he's kind of a good guy, but not really. You know?
Well, Tom Hardy or Eddie Brock seems like a genuinely decent person. So
yeah,
because the host is a good guy, we're then rooting for Venom, who's a bad guy.
But Eddie Brock is the original Venom, and that version of Venom still fights Spider-Man.
Right, but I have a question for you, Joe.
Go ahead.
In the whole 2 hours or however long it took, the 112-minute runtime, because I have it up on Rotten Tomato right now, the 112-minute runtime of Venom.
Yeah.
How much screen time did Spider-Man have?
He didn't have any because it was based in a completely different part of the country.
0. And why is Venom / Eddie Brock a compelling character that people love? Because of his relation to Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So that's my biggest problem with this film is I understand why he's not in it, because this is Fox or whatever, and they don't have the rights, or I don't know, whoever made the movie. They don't have the rights.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Right, because Tom, what's his name? Spider-Man's currently to dust in the MCU right now. So, and this Venom doesn't take place in the MCU. He's off in San Francisco in a whole different cinematic universe, whatever. So I understand the fiscal reason, the financial reason why Spider-Man is not in this movie. But a core element to why people enjoy Eddie Brock and the character of Venom so much is because of the dynamic between Venom and Spider-Man. And the good and the evil.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. What do I mean?
I'm kidding.
I thought you were serious. I'm about to say,
no.
Do I really have to explain? Like Eddie Brock, he has also personal problems with Peter Parker, and then like he finds a way. He's gonna take the powers and beat Spider-Man and stuff. Like, so that's my biggest issue with the film, which I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was fine.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm looking at the tomato meter. It has a 31%, but an audience score of 88%. Like, so this shows like the pundits are schmucks who didn't appreciate the movie, and the actual audience, the intended viewers of the film, actually enjoyed it pretty well, 88%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like, so as a big Spider-Man fan, and I remember watching the TV shows back in the day, and even with Spider-Man 3, which had Venom in it, and people hate that movie, but whatever, I still enjoyed it. And I liked the characters with Venom and how he worked with Spider-Man. That was the thing that was missing the most to me. Is that fair?
That is fair. Plus, the action in it was great. Like, there was great action. But, like, the love storyline made no sense at all. That, like, literally, I didn't feel like there was even a need for that to be introduced. I feel like it fell directly on its face when I was watching the movie. Like, I was just like, because at the end of the movie, they don't even get back together.
For now.
For now. But we also did set up a great smooth way into the sequel.
Yes, we did.
I'm very interested to see how that's even going to happen, mainly due to the fact that Eddie Brock is apparently supposed to be in prison for this part to happen.
Oh, well, you mean like how? I mean, we're talking about spoilers anyway. You mean like
how Carnage even becomes a thing? Because Carnage is apparently the spawn of. Well, yeah. So sorry, Carnage. The dude who becomes Carnage is the cellmate to Eddie Brock, but Carnage, the actual what are they called?
Symbiote.
Symbiote is a spawn from Venom. Venom like spawns him in jail, and that's how it gets on to the dude, because Venom's like, I just had a baby. I don't care about it, because that's
with
apparently
that sound
what they
effect.
do. You go, just had a baby. Don't care about it, and then it becomes Carnage, and it's like, whoa. And I guess the way they're gonna do it is while he's interviewing, Venom's just gonna be like, had a baby. I'm gonna leave this here.
Yeah, that's what. Because I looked it up too, because I was confused with my brother when we were watching it. We watched the film together, and then we looked up something like Cletus Cassidy or something like that. Who Carnage is and his backstory, and Cletus and Eddie Brock are cellmates in Rikers Island, which if you look back on doesn't make sense, because Cletus is a mass murderer who's like killed a billion people, so he would be in like solitary confinement, like he wouldn't just have a cellmate. But whatever,
yeah.
we'll let the 90s slide.
In the movie they have it right, like he's in a cell by himself, he's in a cage by himself,
right? And for every time Cletus kills every time Carnage kills somebody, he writes Carnage in blood at the crime scene, which in that post-credit scene, Woody Harrelson's character is writing Eddie Brock's name in blood with his finger, and the reason Carnage is red instead of black is because Carnage gets into Cassidy via that open wound, so that's why he's red, because he got in through blood instead of like regular, the way Venom did. So there was it was cool reading up on the stuff after the fact, and I'm sure we're gonna learn more about it in the Venom sequel. But regarding the film that we saw and the things I liked and disliked about it, I wish that there was more back and forth between Eddie Brock and Venom on coexisting by both using, both using the body to their benefit, where there really wasn't. I thought some things that worked well. Obviously, all the action scenes were awesome. But when he first gets taken over and he's terrified and and he's beating, Venom's beating up all the guys and Eddie Brock doesn't know what to do. I thought that was cool, because that's how we would react in that same situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we'd be terrified too. But there's a moment at the end where Venom, he's like, I've decided to stay, and I'm gonna help you beat the bad guy. And he's like, what changed your mind? And he's like, you did. And it's like, sure, whatever, it's supposed to be cute, and how humanity can save all, whatever. But there was really no moments in the film. There wasn't a moment of Eddie Brock being like, hey, you can't eat that guy, until the end. When he's like, you can't eat that. He's like, why can't I eat it? I was like, because that's a good person. How do you tell with a good and a bad person? That happens at the end. But there's no moments leading up that connects or personalizes or humanizes Venom and his relationships to Eddie Brock to that moment when he says, I'm going to stay here because of you, because you helped me figure out that humanity is worth it and good. That moment doesn't exist, and it was written that was going to happen, and they didn't actually lead up to it properly.
Yeah.
Did you see Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I did.
So remember the part where the fire guy at the end, he's
El Diablo?
El Diablo, he's like, I already lost one family, I'm not going to lose another one.
Yeah, it's how
did that happen? All you did was yell at each other the whole time. You did not develop a family bond with the other characters. And so that's how I feel with Venom's, turn to the good side. I'm happy he did turn. I'm happy he did help us save the universe and whatever and beat the bad guys. But how they got there was suspect to me.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then like I don't know. At first, I hated Tom Hardy's accent more than like
It
watching
slipped.
trailers.
It slipped so many
Oh
times,
yeah, yeah,
though.
yeah. But like watching the trailers, I just absolutely hated it. But during the movie, I just let it slide because he sounded like my one friend Dave. So he was like, he was very bro, and he was like, "Can I climb a tree like really, really high?" I was like, "That's something Dave would ask." So I let it slide.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else on Venom?
I think we good. I think we did it.
What would your out of 10 rating be on Venom?
7.
A 7.
Yeah. Because I enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
I was thoroughly entertained. I don't
I was
think a lot
entertained.
of stuff made sense. The whole evil corporation space scientist guy, like
Hit a little
villain.
too. Hit a little too close to home, though.
What?
That's real. That's
Because
actually
you're
happening.
also a evil space scientist.
Well, no, that's actually happening in real life, man.
What?
Space Force, dog.
I thought you meant you knew somebody who like was torturing
No.
human beings like instead of
No.
hamsters. I'm
Oh
like,
my
Joe, you
God.
said close to home.
I mean, like real life.
No, but even that was dumb, man. Like it's like,
Dude.
oh, the symbiote didn't connect with this, with this hamster or rat or whatever. Let's go to human trials immediately. Like what? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, it's like slow your roll there, pal. Let's relax. Let's reel it in.
Yeah, and that okay, another problem with the film. There's no traditional villain or antagonist. Obviously the evil space guy, scientist guy is the bad guy, and then he forms up with
But
the
he
bad
doesn't.
symbiote. But in a
He.
conventional good versus bad storyline, 85% of the movie is like just Eddie Brock trying to figure crap out with Venom, and there's no actual antagonist for most of the film.
Exactly.
Which would have
He.
been nice if we had real characters like Spider-Man, Joe.
All right. I feel like we've been dunking on this movie for too long. All right. We enjoyed the movie. We
I
had a
enjoyed
good
it.
time with it.
Dude, those
I also
motorcycle
like.
sequences, bro.
I also really enjoyed the 20-minute Enter the Spideyverse clip at the end of all the credits, which you better
20
have seen.
minutes.
I felt like 20 minutes. It probably
It
wasn't,
felt like
but
5 minutes to me.
it was a good clip, and
Oh,
I'm
that comes
excited.
out in December, Joe. We gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that movie.
I don't. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's got all the different, the
Dude, it's got
Spideys and
Spider-Man. It's got Spider-Man Noir in it and Spider-Ham,
it does have Spider-Ham. It's got Spider-Gwen in it also.
and it's got John Mulaney in it. It's got oh my God, Joe Brown. How are you not gonna go see a movie where Spider-Man Noir is voiced by Nicolas Cage?
What is that? Real life?
It's not a fantasy. We're caught in this landslide.
Oh, I already decided I was gonna see the movie. Literally, the moment the first time I saw a teaser, I was like, "Well, I'll be there."
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
Nicolas
then
Cage is just icing on the top.
yeah, we got Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man Noir, Haley Steinfeld, Gwen Stacy, John Mulaney, Spider-Man, Jake Johnson, Peter Parker / Spider-Man.
Boo!
Boom.
No, not boom, boo,
I
because
like
that's
Jake
not how
Johnson.
that's not how Peter Parker sounds.
Oh my goodness. Older Peter Parker, like old Peter Parker.
Let's get Yuri Lowenthal from Insomniac Spider-Man. Oh, I also
Yeah,
got
we
that.
can
Did
do
I
that.
show you that? I got the. So there is a new comic of the Insomniac Spider-Man. He's not called that in the Spider-Verse, but like issue number 1 or whatever of a new storyline. And I got the autograph of the guy who drew that cover art. He was at he
That's
was
pretty cool.
at he was at Comic Con too, and I got his autograph, and I'll take a photo and send it to you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna cover it for us on this episode of Cup of Joes.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Have
Oh
you
my
seen?
goodness.
No, no, no. It's just a question. Have you seen Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker? Yes or no? Do you think it's cool?
Yes, I think it's cool. I
I
think it's great.
I
We will
don't.
talk about it next time.
Yes, I just wanted to know because I forgot to ask you in real life. This is our longest episode ever, Joe. How's that feel?
I gotta go study, Brown. Let's go.
How does that feel? Longest episode ever.
It feels great. I have to go. I gotta study.
Close out the show, Joe.
I already tried. You cut me off twice.
I needed to know what you thought of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
Oh my God. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for us this time on A Cup of Joes. I've been your host, Joe Perry, followed by my friend, my good friend, Joe Brown. We're gonna catch you next time. I forgot what our out tag was. I had a good one. I can't remember what it is anymore. Dang it!
You know what? That works just fine, Joe.
What was it? Next time, join us at the pot. There it is.